Zaeden knew the content, but he still bombed his year 10 exams. Fast forward, he just hit 95% and topped his grade at school. So here's the exact strategy that helped him go from a frozen to a confident student without endless tutoring. For those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Andrew Malcolm. I'm the owner and founder of ACM Tuition. In 2019, I failed math, and in 2020, I topped New South Wales in standard math. Ever since then, I've helped hundreds of students score a band 6 in the HSC so that they can get into their dream university degree. And in every single video I post, I give you guys one actionable tip to help your team score a band 6. So with that out of the way, Zaeden came to us and he was stuck in the 50s to 60s range, right? Not because he didn't know the math, right? He did, right? But because every time he saw a long, wordy question, he just froze and didn't know what to do. So he'd already gone to multiple tutors beforehand, right? But the lessons were just stiff and one directional, right? He didn't feel comfortable asking questions. And in his own words, he was saying, it felt like there was just there for the money, right? I was shut down and I couldn't really talk, right? So here's the real problem. It wasn't the content that was the issue. It was the approach, right? He never got taught how to break down the multi-step problems into something manageable. So when he started with us, here's what we did. We taught him this method called the 3 what's, 1 how system, right? This consists of what's the question asking, what hints are there, what do you already know, and how do you get 1 mark, right? After he learned this, right, he actually had a structure of how to target those long, wordy questions, right? And we taught him how to apply it to the questions, right? After that, we focused on this step of application. So applying that 3 what's, 1 how system to all of the questions in the HSC, right? And then after we did that, right, we focused on repetition, right? So learning the system, how to target them, applying it to questions, making sure he can apply it, and then repeating the questions to making sure that he actually knew what he was doing, right, to the different questions, right? And so why did this work, right? Zaeden put it best.
Before I would look at a question and that would I just try answering it. Now I have a whole layout on what I would do to answer the question. I'll underline keywords, I'll do all this stuff to make sure I don't miss anything. And that really helps me get high marks.
And that one shift from guessing to decoding completely changed his confidence, right? So in his first exam for the HSC with us, he jumped from the 60s to 95% and ranked first in his school, right? And most importantly, he was no longer afraid of his exams. So if you want, comment breakdown below and I'll send you the exact training Zaeden used, plus guided examples to help your team get started with those long, wordy questions, responses today, right? And so it gives your team some framework that Zaeden used to rank first without needing more content, but just thinking better, right? So if you need it, just comment breakdown below and I'll send it straight to you, right? Let me know if you need anything.